Want to build strength, balance and proprioception correctly without having to risk your neck on upside down Bosu balls or other kinds of instability training? Hi, my name's Kamina Sue, and in this video I'm going to share with you 3 core ball exercises that will actually benefit your yoga practice and your lifting workouts. So now I'm going to share with you my 3 favorite core ball exercises. And the first 2 exercises are going to be targeting a muscle which I think is super duper important. I talk about it all the time in my videos, and it's the transverse abdominis or the TVA muscle. So the TVA muscle, in case you haven't watched those previous videos, is a corset-like muscle that wraps around our torso, and it's sort of a wide, thin muscle. And it is our primary stabilizer of the spine, and one of the main muscles that engages every time we make a movement. Okay, but very, very often, especially in us adults who maybe lead quite a sedentary life, the TVA muscle is very much switched off, and that can lead to all kinds of problems with your lower back, your hips, even your shoulders and your upper back. So we want to get the TVA muscle really firing and working well. And so this first exercise is going to help you do that. This is called a set point, and we're going to do this with the Swiss ball between our legs. So go ahead and come to a lying position with a Swiss ball in a comfortable place between your legs. And you're going to take an inhalation, bringing the arms over the head. And you want to press your lower back into the ground. You're going to take an exhalation, bringing the arms forward, and you can keep your head on the ground, or I prefer to take my head off the ground. And then I'm going to bring my legs forward like so. And so what's going to happen is that you'll know that your TVA has switched off when your lower back wants to lift off the ground. Okay, so you want to keep your legs right before that happens and build strength there. I'm also pushing out through my feet, pointing and spreading my toes. I've got my palms facing up towards the ceiling just to get in touch with my scapula. And I'm breathing here. I'm going to be here for 30 seconds. Long, slow, deep breathing. Good. So once you're satisfied, it's been 30 seconds, go ahead and bring your head back on the ground if you lifted it, or just bring the torso back on the ground and enjoying a nice little modified Viparita Karani, or legs, your calves against the Swiss ball. Taking a little moment here to lengthen out the lower back and breathing here before moving into your second set point. The next exercise I'm going to show you is an absolute killer, and it's fantastic for strengthening the TVA muscle and training what's called lumbar pelvic control. So that's a really, really important thing to be able to develop if you're a lifter. So you can actually lift, especially things overhead, without sticking out your butt and hurting your lower back. And also for us yogis as well, a lot of yogis have actually pretty weak glutes, and they don't have a lot of core strength. And so this exercise is going to be a very effective way to get those things fixed up. So here is something called the Swiss ball roll. So you're going to start off with bringing your elbows, the elbow tips, right to the very top of the ball and clasping your hands. Okay. So as soon as you actually have that connection with the Swiss ball, you want to really feel your shoulder blades here. So you're going to take an inhalation here, making sure the ball is not too in front of you like this. You're not resting your belly on the ball, and you're also not too far back like this, which would just feel horrible. Okay, so you want to be in a happy medium. So once you're satisfied you're in the right position, you go ahead and take an inhalation, extending one leg out. Keep digging your elbows into the ball. And then you're going to go ahead and straighten the other leg. Now comes the fun part. We're going to roll the ball a couple of inches away from us like this. We're going to take an inhalation, rolling the ball away a couple of inches, really resisting the urge to arch in the lower back. That's where the lumbar pelvic stability strength comes from. And then you want to roll the ball back. So you don't really need to roll the ball, that's one roll by the way, forward and back. So you don't need to roll the ball that far away from you. Just a couple of inches is totally fine. And then roll it back. And you want to do about 5 rolls in a set, and do 3 sets altogether. Now, as a progression from the elbow version, you can place your hands on the ball like you're going into a plank position. This is how you get into the progression. You're going to go ahead and come into a plank position, really getting in touch with your scapula here and pushing the ball away. Inhaling, rolling the ball a couple of inches away, and then rolling it back towards you. So that is the Swiss ball roll. So this next exercise I'm going to show you is going to be invaluable for you if you are a yogi and you find that your inversions, you have that banana back, or if you're a lifter, you keep hurting your lower back and also your shoulders, which is a very vulnerable part of our body, if the rest of the body isn't strong and it's not doing its job. And very, very often our lats, the largest muscles in our back, we have lost the mind-muscle connection to those amazing muscles. And so we're going to build it back up again and strengthen them with this really great exercise called a crane prep hold. So if you're a yogi, this probably will remind you of being in a straight arm bakasana or crow pose. But what we're going to be doing here is that we're going to be bringing our knees onto the very top of the ball, placing the hands on the floor, really making sure that we are cambering our fingers, spreading the fingers a lot and pressing the finger pads into the floor super firmly, straightening those arms. Inhaling here, exhaling, bringing ourselves to the very top of the ball. And then what we're going to do here is that we're going to gently bring the knees in towards our arms like this. And keep pushing the floor away. So the closer that I bring my knees into my arms, the more I'm feeling it in my back. So this is actually the lats firing here. Okay, so that's actually what we want. And you want to be here for about 20 to 30 seconds, relaxing the head, and then just seeing if you can really get in touch with your back muscles here and breathing. Long, slow, deep breathing. And then once you've done with one, go ahead and gently bring the knees away from you. And if you like, you can do a little bit of a micro bend in the elbows here, relaxing the head just to keep those lats activated without having the load on them, as much of a load on them, with your knees a little further away. And then when you've had a little pause here, maybe for about 5 to 10 seconds, go ahead and take another inhalation, pushing the floor away. Exhaling, bringing the knees back in towards your arms. And once again, feeling your back really engaging here. So those are my 3 favorite exercises to do with a Swiss ball. The whole sequence shouldn't take you more than about 10 minutes a day. And if you were to really focus on that muscular activation and engagement with feeling, you can actually picture the TVA muscle slowly tightening around your center as it engages and activates as you're doing the set points, and also as you're doing the Swiss ball rolls. And then you will find that you can create that mind-muscle connection so much more effectively with the TVA. And you can also maybe even think about doing the same thing with your lats as well. So give it a try. If you got some value from this video, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.